Hey guys, it's Ebony, and in this video I am going to be talking about the process I've been going through, the laser tattoo removal. And I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. So if I miss anything, if you have any questions, you can leave them down below and I will definitely try to answer them for you. Or I'm going to be making like part 2, part 3 as this process continues, so I can definitely compile any missed questions and then put them in a later part to this laser tattoo removal series that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I just want to give you a little background first. I have 2 tattoos. The one that I'm getting removed right now is right here on my chest. I try to keep it covered most of the time, especially when I'm at work. Sorry, got something right here and it is not going away, so excuse that. So I try to keep it covered most of the time, especially when I'm at work. But it's right here and I'm just ready to get it removed. I've had this tattoo for almost 11 years now. I got it when I was 19 and I'm almost 30. And of course, your interests and the things that you like and the things that you think are cool and appealing when you're 19 is not going to be the same thing as when you're 30. But you don't think about that when you're 19 and you're getting a tattoo. Well, at least I didn't. So now that I'm older and my view on life is totally different. My view on, I mean, you know, you grow up, you mature, and this tattoo just does not fit me anymore. I do not want it anymore. So I started researching the process to get it taken off probably last year sometime. I went on the internet and I searched for information, any information I could find that would let me know how the process works. I know the tattoo can be removed with a laser, but I wanted to know exactly how the process works. What are the side effects? What are the benefits? Things like that. So I went online and I did my research, and I found out that in African American skin or black skin tones, tattoo removal is a little bit more difficult because the laser will target colors in your skin. And then the brown pigmentation that we have in our skin is in essence a color. So it's hard for the laser to distinguish between the tattoo ink and then your own skin color. So sometimes if they're not careful and the right laser is not used, the brown pigmentation can be removed, leaving like white blotchy spots on your skin. So I found that out, which is a little bit frightening, but it didn't frighten me more than keeping this tattoo on me for the rest of my life. So I also found out that certain ink colors are more difficult to get out of your skin than others. Black is the easiest color to go, and then blues, reds, greens, things like that are more difficult to come out. My tattoo is black, red, and blue. So the black, I can already tell it's breaking up a lot easier than the other colors. So after I did my research, I also went on YouTube and I tried to find videos about African American people or black people getting tattoos removed, but I couldn't find very many. I wanted to see how the process worked on somebody with a complexion that looked similar to mine, because I know the issue with removing tattoos off of black skin. I couldn't find much, but I still was confident enough with my research to proceed with the process. So I found a clinic, a reputable clinic. I really research and make sure wherever I'm going, I am going to get the results that I think I'm going to get. And you know, you just have to do your research. So I definitely did that. And I found a clinic I was very happy with. Their reviews and the information that they provided on their website. So I went there to get a consultation, and I went with my husband. He went with me. Made me feel better because definitely I was nervous. And the lady, she kind of went over everything with me, made sure if I had any questions that she answered them. She was so sweet, and she made me feel so comfortable, and I was so happy she was the person that I spoke with. Well, my tattoo is probably about this size. It's a little smaller than the palm of my hand, and she told me it would take between 5 to 6 sessions to completely remove the tattoo, and it would be $200 a session. So the price may vary depending on where you go, but that's the pricing that they gave me. She also said that if for some reason after the 6 sessions the tattoo has not been completely removed, They'll go up to 15 sessions where they will charge you, and anything after that will be free until they completely remove the tattoo. Their success rate was so great. It was so impressive. It was like 98 point something or whatever. I was very happy with that. So you know, I took the chance. She asked me did I want to get started that day, and I definitely said yes, because I was excited and I was ready to get this tattoo gone. So the first thing they do is they put an ice pack on you. They had me hold an ice pack against my chest and numb the area for about 5 minutes, and then I went in the room and they had me put, or actually they put dry ice on me. The ice pack stings a little bit. You know how it feels when you put ice against your skin, but the dry ice stung like nobody's business. That stung. And then after they put the dry ice on me for maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, then she went in with the laser. And they start with a low frequency, and then each session she'll go up based on what my skin can tolerate. So based on the frequency that she used, I would say the pain level was maybe a 6. If I were to do it on a scale of 1 to 10, it was maybe a 6. It wasn't extremely painful, but I definitely felt it. And most people compare it to like a rubber band snapping against your skin. It feels like a whole bunch of tiny rubber bands constantly snapping against your skin. That's what it felt like to me. It wasn't unbearable. To me, it was actually worse than actually getting the tattoo, but it wasn't unbearable. So it only took about 2 minutes to do the whole tattoo, and then she put like a bandage over it, and she had me go home, and they scheduled the next appointment for about 8 weeks out. I think I waited 12 weeks. I didn't come in at 8 weeks. I waited 12 weeks. I came in for the second session, the same process, the ice pack, the dry ice, the laser. This time she tested a small area to see how high she could turn up the frequency. And since my skin tolerated that small area, then she did the whole tattoo. This time the pain level jumped to maybe like a 7 or 8. It's only about 2 minutes where the laser is actually on the skin, but I almost felt like I needed a break in between those 2 minutes because it was extremely painful. It wasn't a 10, but it was like an 8. It's bearable though. It's bearable, so don't let that discourage you. But after 2 sessions, I've had so much progress, and I'm so thrilled with the progress. And I'm going to show you before and after pics of only 2 sessions. And keep in mind, the goal is 6 sessions. What I've been told, it would be about 6 sessions. So after 2 sessions, I see a lot of progress. The black ink is breaking up the best. The blue and the red is getting lighter. But I'm very confident that this tattoo can be removed. After I had the first laser treatment and the second one, but the first one especially, it felt like, she said it would feel like I had a sunburn. But me being a black person, I ain't never had a sunburn in my life, so I didn't know how that felt. But it kind of felt painful to the touch, very painful to the touch, and it stayed like that for maybe about a week before it started to feel better. What else do I want to tell you? My battery is low, so I'm trying to get this video out quickly. What else do I want to tell you? That's about it. Oh, I wanted to tell you that the way the ink breaks up, I'm assuming some is supposed to be absorbed into your body and dissolve that way, but some of the ink will pool on the top of, at least for me it did, it pooled on the top of the skin and it turned into like a scab. And when the scab peeled off with that ink inside of the scab, the skin underneath the scab was like a whitish color. At first I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh my goodness, my skin is turning white. I'm losing the brown color in my skin. But it's like any other scab. If you ever had a scab and you've peeled it off and the skin underneath was kind of whitish or maybe much lighter than your normal skin color, and then after a while it fades and it turns back that brown, it turns back to, it kind of blends back into your normal skin color, it turns back brown. Well, that's what happened with my tattoo. After the scab peeled off with the ink in it, it was like whitish underneath. But then each week it turns a little bit more brown, till eventually it's all brown again. It's all a brownish color. It's hard to explain because it's hard to explain, but that's the deal with that. So I did have little white patches where the ink and the scab had peeled off, but it's all fading back brown. So my next session is supposed to be next Saturday, August the 10th. But I'm going to wait probably another month. I'm going to postpone it another month because I want to make sure I'm giving my skin enough time to heal so that it's not being traumatized too quickly. I really want it to heal and regenerate itself, and I really want my color to keep coming back. This is in my mind. The technician said it doesn't hurt to space out the treatments. It doesn't hurt at all. It's not gonna hurt anything as far as how effective your sessions are. It actually is pretty good because your body continually breaks down the ink weeks and weeks and weeks after you have the laser treatment done. So it will continue to break down the ink. Even if I push out the appointment 4 more weeks, my body will still be breaking down that ink. So I'm gonna wrap this video up now. I'll shoot to the picture and show you guys before and after. If you have any questions, leave them below. If I get a lot of questions, I'll definitely put those questions in the part 2 video so I can share it with anyone who's interested. I hope this is helpful for someone who may be considering getting a tattoo removed and you're a black person, because I know there's not a ton of information out there, or even before and after pics on the internet, because trust me, I was looking and I couldn't find much. So I hope this is helpful, and let me know, like I said, if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Hey guys, this is the before and after picture. This is also the thumbnail I just created for the video, so you've probably seen this. But this is day 1, the first day that I went in for the laser treatment, and this is how the tattoo looked as of yesterday. As you can see, the thick black line right here. I hope y'all can hear me okay. As you can see, the thick black line right here, if you look on this side, it's faded. And I told you how when the ink the ink pools and turns into a scab and then peels off, the skin underneath is kind of like a whitish color. If you can see like this, like these whitish areas right here is where the skin peeled off, or the scab peeled off. And although it's kind of whitish right now, it was much more white a few weeks ago, and each week the brown color comes in more and more. So this line at the bottom right here is almost gone, and you can see the lettering that is right here is you can barely even make out what the letters are right here. And the red part of the heart and then the blue part of the banner has faded a lot, though it's not completely disappearing like the black part. It's fading a lot, so those probably are the colors that's going to take a little more effort to get out. So this part too is one of the parts where the ink pooled. I can't even say that word. The ink pooled and scabbed and came off, and then the skin underneath it was a whitish color. But the brown color is coming back in. You may not be able to tell, but I can tell because I see it every day, and I know what it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I know what it is now. But that's that, and I am 100% happy so far. I don't know how I will feel after 6 treatments, or what it would look like after 6 treatments, but right now I'm happy with the progress. I have no complaints, and thanks for watching. Bye.